acting as the catalyst that ignited the Clone War, Mace Windu and a strike team of roughly 200 Jedi descended upon Geonosis to rescue Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme. Some of the Jedi comprising the strike team were the greatest warriors within the Order, while others, well, weren't. However, regardless of one's fighting prowess and their proficiency in lightsaber combat, every Jedi who engaged in the Battle of Geonosis and used a specific lightsaber combat form were at a disadvantage. In fact, not only were they at a disadvantage, no Jedi who used this form survived the First Battle of Geonosis. In this video expose, I will describe the lightsaber combat form known as Niman, and explain why every Jedi who used it died in the opening battle of the Clone War. It should be noted first that of the 212, only about 30 Jedi survived the battle. Thus, it seems that survivability was extremely rare in and of itself, regardless of lightsaber combat form. However, as we'll see, the use of Niman ensured that these practitioners were uniquely doomed in relation to their Jedi colleagues who used other forms. This is in addition to the fact that it was nonetheless rare for there to be no survivors using the form of the 30 left standing, despite it likely being the most common used form for the Jedi within the battle. Niman, also known as Form 6, was the sixth of the traditional lightsaber combat forms accepted by the Jedi Order. Form 6 was considered to be the most balanced of all the forms. While it didn't have the lightsaber-to-lightsaber precision of Form 2, the defensive abilities of Form 3, the kinetic power of Form 4, or the dominating nature of Form 5, Form 6 was built as a hybrid of these styles. But why then was Form 6 so ill-suited for the open combat battlefields that were seen on Geonosis and throughout the Clone War? Although it effectively combined the elements of all the other forms, it only did so in a generalized manner, the result being a style that lacked any significant advantage. This left Form 6 practitioners exposed in more aggressive battlefield-type situations, lacking the aggressive and specialized elements to deal with enemies, and the defensive capabilities to protect themselves. It's also important to focus on the practicalities of the form and the practitioners themselves who used it as they went into the Geonosis arena battle. Known as the Moderation form or the Diplomat's form, Form 6 was used primarily by Jedi Consulars, those within the Order who dedicated themselves to peace and harmony through diplomatic missions, and to studying the Force through meditation. Due to the balanced nature of Form 6 and it being a jack-of-all-trades style, practitioners of the form mainly consisted of these consulars, as it required little continuous and dedicated practice, allowing them to focus on diplomacy and studying the Force. As noted 9 years before the Clone War by Jedi Master and Battle Master Sin Dralig, one of the greatest lightsaber duelists within the Order, Form 6 was the current standard in lightsaber training, given the era that existed preceding the war. Because it was believed the Sith were extinct and there was relative peace and prosperity within the galaxy, many Jedi viewed lightsaber training as secondary. Form 6 fit perfectly, allowing less time for lightsaber training and more focus to be given to force perception, political strategy, and negotiation. Dralig even noted that Form 6 wasn't just less intensive than the other forms, but when weighed against all other possible areas of study, Form 6 was clearly not the most worthy of study, with its value really only existing through its practicality within its relatively peaceful era. The Battle Master was forced to admit that Form 6 was widely rejected by other masters as being insufficiently demanding. Therefore, by the time the First Battle of Geonosis began, the least beneficial lightsaber combat form, with no specialized offensive or defensive capabilities for open battlefields such as existed in the Geonosis arena, was utilized by those who likely dedicated the least amount of time to lightsaber training. Although their bravery and honor should be noted in answering Mace Windu's call to action, this combination made these Jedi easy prey in the First Battle of Geonosis, with not a single Form 6 practitioner surviving the battle. While we don't have a full accounting of just how many Form 6 users died on Geonosis, we do know of 3. Joclad Danva, who was one of the greatest warriors in the Order at the time, was still held back by his use of Niman, and didn't survive the First Battle of the Clone War. There were also 2 Jedi Knights named Sarissa Jeng and Sar Labuda, who both fought well, but who nonetheless fell in the battle. So there we have it, why every Jedi who used the 6th form of lightsaber combat died in the First Battle of Geonosis. We love making these videos, so why not subscribe for more fun Star Wars theories and discussions? Also, if you enjoyed the video, think about giving a like or leaving a comment. Or perhaps follow us on Twitter at SW Reading Club for updates regarding the channel. Or support the channel through Patreon for access to exclusive rewards and discussions. If not for me... For Form 1.